Hello, y'all, from a very tired librarian here at the Crossroads. Um, I promised to make sure to get a video or find one with information about why we have our motto as never again the landfill, never again the flames. Now, I was not part of the leather community when this all happened. I am still a bit of a youngin' myself in many ways. But during the AIDS crisis, a lot of our gay men weren't out about being gay. Um, and even if they were, their bio families not super supportive. So one of the things that members of the community, often lesbians, would do is when one of our boys got sick and died, they would get to the house to, quote, sterilize it. Try and make sure it did not look like there was a gay, kinky, 100% amazing corn dog living there. And I use horn dog with the most deepest respect for all of us because I'm one too. But sometimes that didn't happen. And the bio families, they could be brutal. They would take leather and stories and books and toys, and sometimes they threw them in the trash. And somewhere in a dumpster, our history went. Somewhere in a dumpster that went to a landfill. Or if the family really had issues with the life, they'd burn it. They would create a fire and throw every single piece of that person's history, that person's life, that person's beings, their leathers, their books, into that fire and let it burn. Just think about this pissing me the hell off. And I am a natural redhead, so forgive me while it takes me a little bit to continue. We lost a lot of our history then. And even now, there are times that someone from our community dies and people throw things away. I was lucky enough to have someone in the local community who'd bought a storage unit from someone who'd passed, who turned out he was gay in the 70s here in Colorado. And he made a bunch of art and he journaled every single day. And when he got a hold of the family to let them know about this treasure, the family said, trash it, burn it. We don't want it. And the human went, thank you. And instead of trashing and burning it, they reached out to the Crossroads Annex, and we now have his birth certificate, the journals covering his entire life, including some of the journals he wrote while serving overseas in the war, and over 200 pieces of art that this man created. But that and how it arrived in our annex is another story. But it is one of the examples of how, through our community, we can ensure that none of our history ends up in the landfill or the flames. So from sanitizing and trying to save those pieces that mean so much to us from haters, even blood haters when people were dying, to today, we're still trying to save our history and keep it out of the landfill and out of the flames. So that's why Momma Vi and Jill Carter came up with that motto, and we still use it in every single annex and every single library today.